So, ultimate load is given by QU plus Q is equal to QP plus QS, and QP is the point resistance, tip resistance, and which is given by area into pressure, and the area is AP into QP. When you put AP, you put the cross sectional area. When you take QS, it is going to be the frictional resistance or the skin friction. It is also given by area into pressure, or that area is going to be AS, perimeter area, and Fs is the frictional resistance of it. So when you add these two Qp and Qs values, you get Qu is equal to Ap Qp plus As Fs. So this is the static formula. Last formula, Qu is equal to Ap Qp plus As Fs is going to be the static formula. Now AP na என்ன, AS na என்னன்னு எடுத்தீங்கன்னா, when you take a cylinder, சிலிண்டரோட cross section கட் பண்ணி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எப்படி இருக்கும்? When you cut a cylinder horizontally and see the cross section, what will it look like? It will be a circle. So circle is the cross sectional area. So that's why AP ல போடும்போது you put the circle area. When you take AS, I said it is going to be perimeter area. We can write the area as perimeter into length. Perimeter of the cylinder, which is going to be pi d. You know that pi d is the perimeter of the cylinder, or 2 pi r is going to be the perimeter of the cylinder. So that perimeter of the cylinder into length போட்டிங்கன்னா we will get the circumferential area or perimeter area of the pile. So that we will put in AS. Okay, so we have two areas, AP and AS. In AP we will use the cross sectional area, which is nothing but the area of the circle, which is pi by 4 d square if it is a square circular pile. Then if we have cylinder, the cylinder or perimeter area we will use in AS. Now what is perimeter area? Perimeter into length. That's all. Okay, when you add these two, we will get the ultimate load. Now allowable load is equal to, and how will you find allowable load from ultimate load? Just divide the ultimate load by factor of safety. We use a factor of safety of 2.5 to 3. We use the factor of safety of 2.5 to 3 in this static formula, and you used 6 in ENR formula, 4 in Hiley's formula. Here we will use 2.5 to 3. Okay, so அதில் the static formula is different for sand and it is different for clay. So for a sand, the ultimate load is given by the same formula, QP AP plus AS FS, and here Fs is going to be this formula for a sand, K tan phi gamma Z plus Q, where K is going to be coefficient of lateral earth pressure, or it is given by the formula 1 minus sin phi. Phi is angle of internal friction because it is a sandy soil, and gamma is the unit weight of the soil, and Z is the depth of the center of gravity of the pile from the ground level. Depth of Z is not the length, total depth of the pile. It is going to be the depth of the pile from the ground level to the center of gravity of the pile. And small q is the surcharge. Surcharge which is given by gamma d. So when you put this formula, you get the value of Fs. As in the area. And similarly, AP also you will find it. QP ki rendu formula are there. QP is given by this formulas. For a circular pile, it is going to be 0.3 B gamma N gamma. And for a rectangular or a square pile, it is going to be 0.5 B gamma N gamma. And N gamma is the bearing capacity factors. And they have given some ranges for this K and delta values. The K values, they have given some constants. You can take the values from that also. So this is just the formulas you remember. But most இதுல இருந்து problems கேட்டதில்ல. Only for clay soils they will ask. Mostly clay soils only it is asked. So clay soil ஓட formula மட்டும் thoroughly you memorize for static formula. The ultimate load is, we know that QP plus QS. We know that what is QP. QP is going to be AP QP, but here it is going to be AP Okay, so the formula is NCAPCP. So இதில் NC அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு constant and it is going to be 9. So 9 APCP for QP formula. Then we have CP அப்படிங்கிறது என்னன்னா cohesion. Since it's a cohesive soil, CP is the cohesion, and the cohesion only at the tip of the pile. At the bottom of the pile, what is the cohesion? We will take it as CP. And next we have QS. QS is given by the formula alpha C bar AS. Alpha C bar AS. So totally QP plus QS is equal to QU. So QU is equal to 9 APCP plus alpha C bar. Yes, we'll see what is alpha. C bar is also cohesion, but CP is the cohesion at the tip of the pile. But C bar is going to be the cohesion throughout the length of the pile. Length of the pile என்ன cohesion இருக்கோ அதான் C bar. Alpha is adhesion coefficient, or it is called as reduction factor, and it is assumed from 0.4 to 1. It can be from between 0.4 to 1. It can be between 0.4 to 1. இது வச்சுதான் problems will be there. So please memorize this formula alone. The last formula QU is equal to 9 CPAP plus alpha C bar AS. AP na என்னன்னு you know, AS na என்னன்னு I said. AP is going to be cross sectional area, AS is going to be perimeter area, and CP is going to be cohesion at the tip of the pile, and C bar is going to be the cohesion throughout the length of the pile, and alpha is going to be a cohesion factor or adhesion factor or adhesion coefficient, and it can be from values 0.4 to 1. 0.4 to 1. Please memorize this formula. Please memorize this formula. 9 CPAP plus alpha C bar AS. Okay, we are going to solve problems using that. Okay, first problem, in a two-layered cohesive soil, board piles of the soil is going to be two layer, and it is going to be a clay soil, and the board layers of 400 mm are installed. Board piles of 400 mm are installed. So it is a board pile, and it is going to, we assume it to be a circular pile, and it is 400 mm. 400 mm na 0.4 meter. The top layer has a thickness of 5 meter. Pile dia is given first of all 400 mm, and which is nothing but 0.4 meter. And the top layer has a thickness of, it has been said first itself, the soil is going to have two layers. The soil is going to be of two layers. The first layer is 5 meter as drawn in the picture. 5 meter first layer. See, the 5 meter is shown in the picture. So 5 meter first layer, and the bottom ones is of considerable depth. Bottom when the first layer 5 meter. Second layer we don't know where it ends. We don't know. It is not given. Then the shear strength on the top clay layer is 45 kilonewton per meter square. Since it is a two layer, the top layer carries, the 5 meter top layer carries a shear strength of 45 kilonewton per meter square. What is shear strength? Shear strength and cohesion are same. In a clay soil, we know that Mohr-Coulomb equation is tau is equal to C plus sigma tan phi. Since it is a clay soil, phi is going to be 0. So that second term becomes 0. So tau is equal to C becomes the formula. This you know in soil mechanics. So shear strength is equal to cohesion. shear strength is equal to cohesion. So in the top layer it is going to be 45 kilonewton per meter square and it is equal to cohesion. The shear strength is cohesion at the top layer. And the bottom layer is 100. Second layer la it is going to be 100, but we don't know the depth of the second layer. And but they have given the shear strength or the cohesion at the second layer is 100. Determine the length of the board pile. To find the length of the pile and they have given the safe load, allowing factor of safety of 2.5. Now what is safe load? Safe load is nothing but allowable load. Allowable load the safe load. Allowable load is given which is 380 kilonewton and factor of safety of 2.5. Allowable load QA is equal to 380 kilonewton and factor of safety is given as 2.5. Now we'll go to the problem. Okay. To find the length of the pile. Length of the pile is asked in the question. So first of all, first we convert the given allowable load to ultimate load. We know that allowable load is equal to ultimate load divided by factor of safety. Now what is ultimate load? Ultimate load is equal to allowable load into factor of safety. So allowable load is given as 380 and multiply by factor of safety which is 2.5, will get uh, 950 kilonewton. Keep it as equation 1. Now you go to static formula. Now just now we learned the static formula for cohesive soil is 9 CpAp plus alpha C bar As. Alpha C bar As. Please memorize this formula. 9 CpAp plus alpha C bar As. Now we will find all these terms. First you will find the substitute the formula 9 into AP. What did I say AP as? AP is going to cross sectional area. Since it's a square pile, the cross section of the circular pile is going to be a circle. So circle area the AP. Pi by 4 d square. So pi by 4 d square into 100. Cp is 100. As I said, no. What is Cp? Shear strength is going to be Cp. They have given in the question itself. What is the shear strength given at the tip of the pile? 100. So take the 100. Tip of the pile எந்த சாயில் இருக்கோ அந்த சாயிலோட shear strength you should take. Shear strength and cohesion are going to be same. So tau is equal to Cp is equal to 100. So 100 for Cp plus alpha varies from 0.4 to 1 and it is not given in the question whether you should, so you can assume alpha to be 0.4. Now I am assuming alpha to be 0.4. So 0.4 or you can put 1 also or you can put 0.5 also, 0.6 also, 0.7 also, 0.8 also, 0.9 also. So you can assume anything, just you have to mention. I am assuming 0.4. So 0.4 into C bar. What is C bar? Cohesion along the length of the pile. When you take the length of the pile, we don't know the length of the pile, but we know the pile passes through 2 layers of soil. That alone we know. So, along the length of the pile, we are going to take, we are having two soils. So, we take the average of the both. 45 plus 100 by 2. So, you are taking the average of the both as cohesion C bar along the length of the pile. So 45 plus 100 by 2 into AS. What is AS? Perimeter area. How will you find perimeter area? Perimeter into length. What is the perimeter of a cylinder? Pi d or 2 pi r. So pi d is the perimeter of the cylinder into length of the pile is L. So pi d L. Now substitute the diameter values. Diameter is given in the question as 0.4. So substitute everything. 9 into pi into 0.4 square by 4 into 100 plus 0.4 into average C bar along the length of the pile. 45 plus 100 by 2 into pi into D is 0.4. L is unknown. So keep the L as such. So resolve it, you get this formula and keep it as equation 2. Now what is equation 1? It is also ultimate load. What is equation 2? It is also ultimate load. Equation 1 is, how do you get? From factor of safety. How will you find the second formula? QU by static formula. So just equate equation 1 and 2. You'll get 950 is equal to 113.04 plus 336.424 L. Now L is equal to 22.9 meter. 22.9 meter. Okay. So this is how we will find the length of the pipe, or we use the static formula. Okay. Okay. There is a second problem. This is based on clay soil. This formula is based on clay soil. Next, if we have a sandy soil, if you happen to have sandy soil, how will you find the things? If it is going to be sandy soil, okay, I'll read the question. A 400 by 400 mm reinforced concrete pile is driven through a deposit of fine loose sand and soft clay 20-meter thick to a depth of 1 meter into an underlying stratum of dense sand. The water table is located close to the ground surface. In submerged state, the angle of friction was 35 degree and unit weight was 10 kilonewton per meter cube. Calculate the point bearing resistance of the pile. What kind of pile it is? Concrete pile. And what is the shape of the pile? The pile is going to be a square pile. You can see 400 by 400 mm. So it is going to be a square pile. Square pile. In the last problem we took the pile as circular pile. Here it is mentioned a 400 by 400 mm. So we take it as square pile. And where does it placed? It is placed in a loose sand and clay soil mixed. So mostly it's a sandy soil. And uh, what is the thickness of the loose sand and soft clay? 20-meter thick. And below the 20-meter thick soft clay and loose sand, we have dense sand. And what is the depth of the dense sand? 1 meter. So totally 21 meter they have given the soil profile. First 20 meter we have loose sand and soft clay, and the last 1 centimeter we have the dense sand, that is the soil profile. Now the water table is located at the ground surface. Fully, the soil is fully filled with water. So the water table is at ground surface means the soil is completely saturated or submerged. So now the friction was 35 degree, and since it's a sandy soil, it is going to be 35-degree angle of internal friction, and the submerged state of water unit weight. So submerged unit weight you use the notation gamma sub or gamma dash. Gamma sub or gamma dash in soil mechanics. So gamma dash or gamma sub is equal to 10 kilonewton per meter cube. They've asked you to calculate the point bearing resistance of the pile. We know that in a static formula QU is equal to QP plus QS. What is QS? Skin friction. And what is QP? Bearing resistance. So they have asked only the QP of the pile. Capital QP மட்டும் கண்டுபிடிச்சா போதும். Okay. Skin friction கண்டுபிடிக்க வேண்டாம், because ultimate load is not the question. Only the point resistance is the question. So QP is the question. So it is a square pile. Size is given as sorry. Size is given as 400 by 400 mm. So I'm sorry. The size is given as 400 mm, and which is in meters, it is going to be 0.4 0.4 meter. 0.4 meter is the pile size, square pile size, and 21 meter is the total soil profile. In that 20 meter it is going to be loose sand and soft clay. I have drawn the picture, and the last 1 meter is going to be dense sand. So that is shown in the picture. And it is also given gamma submerged or gamma dash is equal to 10 kilonewton per meter cube, and the angle of internal friction is 35 degree. They have asked you to find only the QP of the soil. Okay, so since it is a sandy soil, the formula is going to be QP is equal to Q bar NQ plus 0.5 B gamma N gamma. When you recall the formula, when you go back to the formulas, you can note down the formulas here. This is for clay soil, 9 CpAp per plus alpha C by S. When you take a sandy soil, we saw QP is equal to what? 0.3 B gamma N gamma for a circular pile. For other piles, it is going to be 0.5 B gamma N gamma. So that is the formula we are using here. Okay. So that is the formula we are using here since it is the sandy soil. Okay, so since it's a sandy soil, QP is equal to Q bar NQ plus 0.5 B gamma N gamma, and the 0.5 B gamma N gamma is very small, so we neglect it. We neglect that value, and they have given the internal friction as 30 degree. So we have only the first term of the equation. QP is equal to Q bar NQ. Now they have given the angle of internal friction as 30 degree, which means the chart will be available, and that chart question la கொடுப்பாங்க, and that is going to be NQ is equal to 125 kilonewton per meter square. It's a standard value obtained from a chart. Chart na நம்ம bearing capacity factors like NC, NQ, gamma, N gamma we took from a chart. Similarly, charts are available for the pile foundations also. Here we have only NQ. So Q bar, NQ. Now we have to find Q bar. What is Q bar? Q bar is going to be effective stress. Meaning second unit in soil mechanics, you might have found total stress, pore water pressure, and effective stress. Sigma dash is equal to sigma minus U. What is sigma? Total stress. Minus what is U? Pore water pressure. What is the concept behind the effective stress? Always when you take a soil, the soil is a granular material, so we have voids in it. When we have voids in it, the voids are going to be filled with water or air. When the water is going to be there, it will exert some pressure on the soil, and that is going to be pore water pressure, which is represented by the letter small u. And we have sigma there. What is and we have another stress acting there apart from the pore water pressure, and that is intergranular pressure. One particle have another stress on another particles, and that is going to be effective stress or intergranular pressure. This effective stress plus the pore water pressure will give you the total stress that is acting in the soil. So that Q sigma dash or sigma bar is going to be effective stress. And total stress is equal to effective stress, intergranular pressure plus pore water pressure. Effective stress plus pore water pressure. Now what is effective stress? Effective stress is equal to total stress minus pore water pressure. This is what you have learned in soil mechanics. So you have that formula here. Here Q bar is equal to sigma dash into the sigma dash into N gamma. So sigma dash is sigma minus U. What is sigma? Total stress, soil mechanics second unit. What is stress in terms of unit weight? We know that pressure is equal to rho GH, where rho G is nothing but gamma. So rho G is nothing but gamma. So, so the formula becomes pressure is equal to gamma into H. Gamma into H. H is nothing but the height of the soil layer. So um, we have a gamma H is equal to the total pressure is equal to, what is the total length of the soil? 20 loose sand, 1 meter dense sand. So what is the total depth of the soil? 21 meter. So 21 meter into, what is the unit weight given? What is the unit weight given? What is the unit weight given? Gamma dash is given in the question. So you just multiply 21 into gamma dash. That is enough. Or that is enough. 21 into 10. அப்படியும் multiply பண்ணலாம், or you can find gamma sat gamma w. Gamma sat minus gamma w is nothing but gamma dash only. அவ்வளோ காம்ப்ளிகேட் பண்ண வேண்டாம். As shown in this slide, you don't have to complicate it. You just multiply the total length of the pile 21 into unit weight. What is the unit weight given? Gamma dash 10. So 21 into 10 will give you 210 kilonewton per meter square. Now you have to, our formula is qp is equal to q bar nq. So q bar தான் இப்ப கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கோம். 210 into what is nq? From the chart it is going to be 125. So multiply 210 into 125, which will give you 26250 kilonewton per meter square. But our formula is qp, static formula is qp is equal to small qp ap. So small qp தான் we found it as 26250, and ap is nothing but, what is ap? Cross sectional area. What is the cross sectional area of a square pile? Square area. Square area is going to be area of the square is b square or side square. What is the side here? 0.4. So 0.4 square, which is going to be 0.16 meter square. So multiplying small qp and ap, we will get to the capital qp, which is the bearing resistance or the tip resistance of the pile, which is equal to 26250 into 0.16, which is equal to 4200 kilonewton. It's a very peculiar problem, asked only one time. Just go through the formula. For getting used to the formula, I gave this problem. Okay. Now next we are going to the third method of finding the load carrying capacity of the piles, and that is by standard penetration test. Standard penetration test. By using standard penetration test, first unit we learned about standard penetration test, SPT test. In SPT test what is the output? We find standard penetration number. And what is the notation used for standard penetration number? Capital N. By using capital N, we can find the load carrying capacity of the piles. We know that piles in the sand will have two piles. One is driven piles, or we can bore piles. When you go for driven piles, we use precast piles to drive the piles into the sand. Now there we can find the tip resistance of the piles by the formula qp is equal to 40 n into d by b. 40 n into d by b. Or it is equal to another formula, qp is equal to 400 n. ரெண்டு formula, qp is equal to 40 n into d by b or 400 n. We use the least of these values. Okay, so qp is equal to tip resistance, that is equal to 400 n. N is standard penetration number. D is here length of the pile. Even in dynamic formula also we used the term capital D for length of the pile. Here also length of the pile, and b is the width or diameter of the pile. If it is a square pile, we take the width. If it is a circular pile, we take the diameter. So 40 n into d by b for driven piles in sand. Okay, driven piles in sand, we use this formula. Or qp is equal to 400 n. We take the value whichever is smaller. Then we have fs. Static formulaவே தான் இங்கேயும் யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். qp ap plus fs as. Now fs we have to know. If it is a driven pile, fs is going to vary based on the displacement. When you drive the pile into the soil uh, nearer to the piles will be displaced, because whenever you are driving something into the soil, பக்கத்துல இருக்க soil will move. There will be movement in the nearby soil, and if the displacement is very low, then we go for 1 into n bar. N bar is nothing but average value of the standard penetration number only. It is also standard penetration number only. So 1 into n bar, standard penetration number. If it is a high displacement pile, it is going to be 2 times n bar. It is going to be 2 times n bar. And now if it is a bored pile, if it is a bored pile, then we have the formula qp is equal to 14 into n into db by b. Here we have, if it is a driven pile, it is 40. When it is going to be a bored pile, it is going to be 14 n into db by b. dB is actual penetration. Here there d is going to be length of the pile. Here it is going to be penetration of the pile in the soil. And then fs formula, here we have 1 n bar and 2 n bar. Here we have 0.67 n bar, 0.67 n bar. Okay, so we using this we will be solving problems. Penetration test values வச்சு we will be solving problems. For exams, mostly you concentrate on based on static method. Okay, penetration formulas are important. They are asking questions for only based on formulas also. Okay, apart from standard penetration test, we have another penetration test, that is static cone penetration test, SCPT. அதுவும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் யூனிட்ல படிப்போம். The SCPT test, static cone penetration test, is also known as Dutch cone test. It was proposed by, this formula was proposed by Meyerhof, and the formula is qp is equal to qc by 10 into db by b. And qc is nothing but cone resistance which we obtain from the uh, test, obtained from the SCPT test. qp is equal to qc by 10 into db by b. Skin friction varies based on the type of the soil. If the skin dense sand, then the skin friction is given by qc by 200. If it is a loose sand, skin friction is equal to qc by 400. If it is a silt, then it is going to be qc by 150. qc by 150. So 3 formulas for skin friction or frictional resistance. So this formulas we will be using for solving problems. So we have based on the cone resistance value obtained from static cone penetration test, these are the formulas for point resistance and unit skin friction. So we have a formula based on static standard penetration number. I will